everybody, and welcome to Pot Squatch Growers. I literally just rolled onto the screen right as the countdown stopped. I hope everyone's having a wonderful week this week. 1 second here. We're going to reposition my ass so I can actually feel like I'm sitting properly. There we go. Bear with me here, everyone. All right. How's everyone doing? Welcome to the show. Uncle Pot Squatch has missed all of you. It's good to see you and wonderful to have everyone joining us this week. All right, so let's go right to the beginning here and say hello to everybody. Oh, there's been some conversations. Hello, Soul Price. Good to see you. Thank you for all the shout outs and the respect and asking people to check stuff out and do the things that I never remember to do. I appreciate you. What's up, Patrick? Good to see you. What's up, Kenneth R. Knox? Good to see you. All right. White Boy Greens NFS. Good to see you, my friend. All right. All right. Texas Squatch in the house. Let's see. Are we missing anybody? Jansen Dennis. Good to see you, buddy. All right. VI Stinky. Good to see you. All right. 1 second here. I'm just catching up. Have we caught up yet? What's up, TBN? Mr. Talk Nice or Mr. Talk to Be Nice. Good to see you, my friend. All right. There we go. We're caught up now to a point where I can actually just read the shit as it happens. So it's been a wonderful week there. It's been busy at my full-time job, but, these days off, we're working on the house. I even bought a new hand vacuum. I'm deep cleaning, organizing to try to get up not only tents that we can be doing, but kind of getting a little work area set up there where we can shoot some of these kind of, how-to videos. The one that I'm going to be shooting first will be the one about popping old beans. How do we pop old beans? How do we get those old beans to get happy and actually sprout, germinate, and hopefully have enough chutzpah left in them to get us to rediscovering these old genetics. I know many of us at home have tons of these older beans that have been stashed away. I myself have many, or sometimes we get gifted them. So at the end of the day, my friends, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be fun to fuck around with shit again and just make videos for you. So we're working on doing that. Next week, I'm putting a bunch of shit in storage, and then we're also going to be having a consultation appointment on getting Batty the Caddy, the silver bitch, back up and running. We're fixing a bunch of shit. We're selling the Volvo, keeping the Cadillac. We're going back to the original ways of being. What makes Pot Squatch happy? Being a crazy, weird idiot. All right. But anyway, my friends, I hope everything is going well. What's up, Fully Auto TV? It has been a long time, man. It's took me a second to follow what you're saying, Fully Auto TV. Yes, no, don't worry. You're allowed to say I look okay without feeling insecure about saying that to another man. We're okay. It's all right to say that. It's okay. Thank you very much. Well, DBN, Mr. Talk to Me Nice. The way it starts with a seed stash is you just start collecting seeds. You start, sometimes you buy them, sometimes they get gifted to you, and it takes years. This is the second seed stash I've had, professionally speaking. I lost the first one with my first marriage, but then once I came back, I kind of started rebuilding again and started collecting again and stuff. So simply put, you got to have fun somehow. And it all starts with just sort of starting to squirrel away beans. Pretend you're a little weird squirrel storing your nuts for winter. That's how we begin to collect seeds. It is an addiction, though, when you start getting beans and buying more beans or acquiring more beans, and then you just sort of sitting there, going, oh, these hypothetical ideas of grows I could do. I could grow this. I could grow that. Oh, shit. And it is habit forming. It is a true fact. So be wary when getting into the game of collecting beans and adding them to your genetic vault. At the end of the day, this is the way I look at it. Why does everyone at home need a genetic vault? Well, one day society could collapse. You're living in the middle. Oh, sadly, I'm not going to answer this one, but I probably should, because I either is your surgery happened yet? No, my surgery doesn't happen until November. We're good. It's one of the local wound clinics where after the surgery they take care of you. But it's like, oh, they haven't chopped apart my dick yet. We're waiting for November. But so long story short, end of the world, ladies and gentlemen. You could be there at the end of the world, man. And you want to at least be able to grow weed, right? Maybe have some food seeds in there too. That's a good thing to have as well. But collecting beans is fun. What's up, Yeti Mountain Trading? Good to see you, my friend. Hell yeah. Oh, 1 second. Babe, when you were in the washroom, did you see like a tiny weird thin vape? Could you see if it's in the bedroom there? Sorry, everyone. I normally have my vape ready to go, and I didn't because I was an idiot and didn't think about that. And if you can't find it, it's all right. I'll just have a jar in the studio. All right. So WB Grower says weed will be the currency of the new world. Well, at least initially, at least, and I think there'll be other few things in there, leftover, antibiotics, magic mushrooms, food, water. Water will be the real currency. Let's be honest. We can't get weed without water. You know what I mean? Water is going to be the thing at the end of the world. If the world falls apart and some weird cataclysmic bullshit and all this, it's all good, babe. Water will be the biggest currency there. It's what we need for our crops too. All right, but anyway, let's go. I found the pipe for the back of my little dehumidifier, and it's draining discreetly out the door for a few weeks now. There you go. Now, my question, Eugene Dolan, is that creating a smell issue? Are you having a smell issue with that? Or are you doing all right? That's my question. That's my question. But so, yeah, anyway, we're getting things set up here. We're about to get the plants going. It's going to be fun. We're going to get some more breeding experiments because the great thing about doing the old beans video of how to pop old beans is an educational piece going over different sort of techniques and things we can try and fuck around with them. Obviously, the first thing to start with beans, okay? Store them properly. Try to keep them at a maintained temperature. I like to store mine in non-reactive glass. So all of my different beans, when I store them, right, and I take them out of the breeder's package. I don't keep them in the plastic vial. I don't keep them in anything. When I get them, I put them into these little glass jars, and I've just got stacks and stacks and stacks of them in different boxes in a vault. It's a safe, but I mean, it's still the same thing. It's a mini vault. It's a safe, but I mean, that's what we do. You know what I'm saying? So, and then you try to maintain sort of their storage in general. The main thing is keeping on the lower end. You don't want to go higher than like an 18 to 22 in your environment. So try to keep your house around 22, 23 degrees maximum. All right. Okay. And then you just keep them there. Make sure they're in an environment. You got to keep them out of light. So that's where keeping them tucked away in a non-reactive substance and saving them from some big temperature spike shifts. That's what we're doing. That's the main thing that's going to affect or destroy your seeds' genetic integrity or its germination integrity is weird shifts in the temperature in your storage area. So you got to keep safe on your seeds. I mean, that's what you do. But then sometimes they fuck around. Sometimes they incult for like 10, 20, 50 years. Who knows? And the fact of the matter is, then we got to talk about how the fuck are we going to try to make the ones that might still have some vitality there, extra fun, and try to get them going. Because the fact is, as a seed ages, right, that actual cellulose that makes up the skin of the seed, man, it's actually really, really, really tough now. So there's certain things like breaking it down, doing other little things. But we're going to go over that in all the videos. But, it's one of these fun skill sets, right? Talking about a specific point of knowledge. And that's what we're going to get back to. We're going to be making videos about shit that I think are things that you might want to know. And we're going to go from there. All right. Yes, you had to fight to stay awake. Well, I'm glad you're here, Ganjadani, your mama. Ganjadani, your mama, I'm assuming it was your package the other day. Yes, it did show up, or was it not your package from me? Let's find out. Oh, that's all right, the Quiet Witch. If it shows someone leaving and coming back, that might not even be bad for our statistics in terms of how YouTube watches things. Don't worry, my sister. I hope your battle is going well. Is it today? No, it's tomorrow. Do you mind me sharing? Everyone, check out a story, Quiet Witch on YouTube. She's battling stage 3 stomach cancer right now. I believe tomorrow is her round 2 of chemo. Fuck yeah. Give that cancer hell, sister, All right. One second here, everybody. I'm just reading now. All right. That sounds good, Eugene Dolan. Yes, it came on Tuesday. Wonderful. It's astonishing how fast all of these things are getting around the world. All right. So here's Ryan Oakes asking a wonderful question, ladies and gentlemen. Can I give more than the recommended dose of the nutrients to solve this manganese issue I'm having, brother? Or have you got any go-to solutions? Okay, well, let's talk about feeding. And I'm assuming are you using a bottle nutrient? It sounds like you're using a bottle nutrient system. Is that your basic starting point? And from there, we can go from there. All right, so that was at WB Growers. So WB Growers, the Galactic Citrus Shiva. Okay. The Galactic Citrus Shiva is that orange Hindu Kush. It was the most structurally indica looking, and it was this dank, funky monkey mama. Okay, that's the one that we picked for the Galactic Citrus Sheba. She was the bushiest, shortest, squattest, fattest bitch. Okay, she had those big broad leaves. She stunk like a bitch. I mean, even as a little vegetative little mother plant, it was like, oh my God, you're a naughty girl. So that's the one that went into the Galactic Citrus Shiva. That was therefore impregnated by the male we went with from the Alien Rift from Ocean Chrome. Okay, so thus making a creation of an old school, new school, both sides of it, essentially, for the most part. We don't know exactitudes of anything where it came from, but what we can identify is it's basically mostly indica. There's a very strong citrus orange scent to that orange Hindu Kush, and there was a funkiness to that lady. That was the mother. Okay, and the Alien Rift, I mean, it has great uniformity. It's short, it's squat, it's fat. You know, it makes beautifully formed buds. It's got that density, it's got that trikeability. You know, it's got all these beautiful, wonderful things that we like. So we've married those two worlds. It is currently sitting as an F1. But that's part of the fun. You can fuck around with it too, make something of your own of it. I'm not. That's why we're bringing out regular beans. Is because one, you know, everyone should learn regular beans. It's the way it should be done. But like at the end of the world, you should be able to produce your own seeds. You know, start fucking around, learn about breeding, play around with it. It's not a bad thing. I love it. I want everyone to learn the love of being able to produce your own seed or fuck around with creating your own strain eventually. I mean, it's one of the most rewarding things as a grower we can learn after, in fact, you know, growing the weed itself and smoking it or ingesting it. You know, it's a beautiful thing. Dirty or catfishing. I love when my lady says a funky stank. Me too, man. Remember the Dark Mama Pheno of the Sasquatch strain, everyone? We grew that very early on the channel. And when we met that Dark Mama Pheno, that's why she called it Dark Mama, because she had this funky stank, you know. She was a different bitch. She would like, oh, and you're like, oh my goodness, I don't know what happened, but I think I got a semi right now. Like, you stank. And it's like that special smell when you meet those stanky ones. Those are the ones you got to play with and breed with. You know what I'm saying? What's up, Vic Victor? Good to see you, my friend. Here's looking at you. Welcome back to the show. WB Growers, I dig the Pond Squatch descriptions. Could you imagine if maybe we could do this on the website eventually? For each strain and things we release, I'll make like a video clip that we could embed in the website. Right now, we're just performing some maintenance on the website. It is down at the moment. It will be up again later today. We're just performing some updates and some tweaks on the store's back end. We've been building this thing, and we just switched all over to new servers about a week ago. So it'll be up later today. But what if that? We embed a little video of me just like running my mouth about the strain. That could be fun. I don't know. That's a fun idea. Ryan Oakes, perfect. So you're working with General Hydroponics line. I know it well for many moons back in the day. And let's see if we can find your original question and pull that up for everybody to see. Here we go. Here's the original question from Ryan, everybody. So simply put, you got to remember that the hydroponics, I'm assuming it's a three-part. It's a very well-rounded basic system. Some strains have different hungers, especially when we're going into flower, than other plants do. That's part of where having some secondary things that we can integrate into our three-part systems about mixing all of that is where it's going to be beneficial. Can you up your feedings? Of course, I never follow what they say to feed. Like typically, I will go much higher than the recommended feedings on most things. I remember when Caden Crooks this one time, and this is when he realized how I fed, and he came over to my grow, and he saw me mixing up, you know, and I was just doing it by hand, right? Like I like to be intimate with my plants, especially if I've only got a few going, right? So, you know, you do your own jugs for each plant so you can kind of tweak it a little bit. And he saw how much I was using in different parts of my three-part system. And he was like, whoa, wait, you feed them that much? Oh, what? You're mixing that product? According to the company, you're not supposed to mix those together. Yes, and your point is making my little witch's brew, you know. But I mean, and it works, you know what I mean. If there's one thing I've done on YouTube, it's grow weed that actually looks decent, that actually was dank, and it was good weed, you know. And I'm always striving to be a better grower. I love fucking around and learning new things. But the whole time I've been here doing this for you over 7 years, I feed very heavily, whether I'm using an organic basing or I'm using a bottle nutrient system or I'm integrating two different worlds. I'm still hitting my bitches hard when I'm feeding them, you know? So a cannabis plant, if you work it up to a certain level of feed, can basically eat as much as it wants. So, just don't go too quick, right? Because then you shock them, you burn them, you do a bunch of shit. But you can basically get it to eat as much as you want up to a point, really. But you just got to work up to it, and you are good. Oh, Katie's over there making bracelets. She bought the kit where you make things, and she's playing with it while we do show. She's the crafter. She likes that. All right. Well, she did. Yeah. Good to see that arts degree from Emily Carr. Good work, everybody. She went to Emily Carr here in Vancouver. That's funny. Where did I get the Kaitangata name? I did not get the name for that part of the strain. Kaitangata is a Maori strain, to my understanding of the knowledge from Gazzers, which is where it came from, is that it's a naturally originally sourced and then worked with for the Maori peoples. It's like a classic Maori Sat strain. It is of the Maori indigenous peoples of New Zealand. And so that is, that's the origin of that. So I believe Kaitangata, and I don't even know if I'm saying that right, is a Maori word. I'm assuming it means something. I don't know what it means. It's just the name of what part of the strain that we released and one of the things we worked with as a cross into it. But it is a Maori term, a Maori name. If Gazzers was here, he could probably tell us way more about this shit. And that'd be cool. But hey, Gazzers, tune into the show. We have a question. The beginning of chat links are posted for shop and lighting off Bosch. Perfect. That's true. Soul Price is right. At the very beginning of the chat, everyone, we got the links. And I will eventually have all those links posted in the show as we're doing it. I'm just an unorganized idiot. I believe we trapped a fly. When you're sitting there next to those like Venetian blinds and they're all like made out of like that thin metal, and all of a sudden you hear that bug flipping through it and like, oh, I trapped a fly. All right. Jansen Dennis, I reused my soil for a test, pumped on a bean that died. It's too hot. Probably true. Good thing I didn't do all 5. See, I'm learning. Totally. And I mean, now, are you saying you reused the soil and you put it in like a small starter cup and that's what you planted into? Did you germinate first? One second here. Oh, hell yeah. And so Ryan Oakes, remember early on the channel, we grew that blueberry, or not blueberry, well, we grew blueberry too, but there's the bubblegum indica. We've grown that a couple times in the channel back in the hood days, okay? And that motherfucker, she was a hungry bitch. We went into that second week of flower, and it's like I had to hit hard. And she just, because she was cannibalizing herself, she was just eating it all up. And I was like, you're only at week 2. What the hell are you doing? But the second you augment that, you grow that strain, knowing that in week 2, you got to up that shit. You got to hit her with that, magnesium, manganese, and all these other wonderful secondaries to give her this happy place. She's just a hungry classical bitch when it comes to her requirements for flower. And so then we up that shit, right? You know what I mean? And then once you do that, you're good to go. It's like, and that's where like growing strains, the same pheno of a strain multiple times, you can really get to know the plant. You get to know what it likes. You know what I mean? So it's like that first grow. It's kind of like when you have sex with someone the first time. You're like, that was good, but I don't really know their body yet or how this rocks. When you get to know a lover, right? That's what growing a strain multiple times is. Every time you grow a crop of the same thing, it's making love to that genetic. You're getting to know that genetic. You get to know what makes that genetic happy, what makes it go, ooh, or ah, right? And we're getting to know the weed titty, and that is why, I'm a big advocate for new things. Keep a mother plant, take some cuttings, grow it a few times if you can, get to know the bitch. You know what I'm saying? All right, we got Griminy here. I believe we have a question here from Griminy. Yo, Squatch, I screwed up on the flip the flower and I top dressed my tote, burnt the fuck out my 2 girls. Shit. 2 weeks of every other day of flushing and we've got buds. Careful of hot organics. Yes. So Griminy, if we may ask, what were you top dressing with, my friend? And that's the thing with a lot of this shit. Hey, man, go make dinner, OG and Lieutenant Blazer 556. I hope the dinner good. But yeah, so Griminy, you're not wrong. So everybody at home using organic amendments or top dressing things that are prepackaged things, that I'm not saying they're not good. They are good, but they become in such a pure form. And these aren't things that are just because it says organic. Isn't something like, oh, I'm just going to throw it on my plant. It's good to go. No, a lot of this shit's really hot, right? Like so with proper compost and proper breakdowns, man, we're letting shit break down for an extended period of time, get to breathe, break down, come together with itself. You know what I mean? But when you put some of these amendments on, if you go too heavy, you can inadvertently burn the shit out of your stuff, just like Remedy's saying. So the fact is, a little dab will do you. No pun intended, right? Less is more. You can always use more at a later date if you need to, but don't go like level 10. Start at level 1 and work up to it and get to know the plant, get to see what the plant is saying to you. You know what I'm saying? All right. Well, that's all good, the Quiet Witch. I mean, most of the stuff that's relevant in the chat and stuff in general, like, I mean, I just sort of read what people say and then it becomes part of the show. It's part of how we do it. Jason Begay says harvest time. Next run is 78. What do you mean by 78? Next run is 78. Is it a strain called 78? Or is it like number 78 from your genetic catalog in your collection? I don't know. But congratulations. Oh, so I totally feel your soul prize. And I mean, I think when I'm first growing a genetic, I definitely am kind of more of a, don't hit the screen. There we go. A less is more kind of guy. You know, I'm taking my time getting to know the plant. I'm not overfeeding it. I'm feeding it less. But once I get to know a genetic, like, I mean, I know what its habits are going to be. I know when it gets hungry. So I just start feeding it with what I know what it wants. Grimney says bat poo, shellfish, homemade worm castings, and blood meat, and alfalfa mixed, but I didn't let it cook this time. Oh yeah. Yeah, we make educated, stupid decisions, right? And Grimney, and that's the thing. We learn more from a mistake than we do from a positive success. So totally. And it was hilarious. As I was reading, what's up, Miss Coca James? Good to see you, baby. When I was reading your list of like, all right, so we got some bad shit, some shellfish, oh fuck, homemade worm castings. Oh god, they're on their own very hot. And then we're blood meal and alfalfa. And then we're just mixing it and we're top dressing with that. Oh dear God. So yeah, no, I'm not surprised. But dial it back in, baby, and you'll be okay, I think. You'll be all right. Gelato 45 crossed by Gelato 33.78. All right, there we go, Jason. I dig it. I dig it, buddy. I dig it. Well, yeah, and I mean, at the end of the day, too, like Grimity, like you know, the way I look at it, too, like if I'm going organic, okay, let's talk about that. I mean, I normally have pretty much always just done bottle feeding. I've incorporated organic things and intermixes into my bottle feeding on the show and on the videos, but like I've been a bottle guy most of the time. I do love a good super soil, though, right? So for me, I my approach to doing things organically is I'm going to do some form of a super soil. I'm going to let it, you know, as you like to put it, baked. I call it gestate within itself and get to know itself. But you know, normally I'm going to let that shit sit for like 4 to 6 months at least, right? Like it's going to be hanging out. It's going to be getting to know itself. You know, I'll throw some microzyme, a bunch of other fucking fun things in there, and let that shit get to know itself. And then I'm going to plant directly into that. And then if I'm needing other secondaries, I'm going to make some tea action. You know, I'm going to make some quick, easy access teas. For example, like, you know, if I need some calcium, I'm going to bake some eggshells, powder them. I'm going to make a tea. I'm going to take that runoff tea, boom, instant, easy access calcium. And then we're going to top dress with the remainder shells there. That's going to provide you with a slow breakdown top dress, but it's just an eggshell. It's nothing that's overly reactive or dangerous, you know. And that's typically how I do it. So like when we're using all of these things, like when we're talking about taking like bat poo, shellfish, and etc., you know, and putting that all together as a top dress, and just even if you bake it out, I'm not the world's biggest fan of the concept of the top dress. I mean, it's still throwing this super hot concoction on the top and it's kind of slowly dissipating down, where all the new growth that's feeding all the new developments actually more around the bottom and middle and interior of our root ball. So that's where I like a super soil concept better. You know, you mix it all up, get it together, get it going, you know what I'm saying? And you know, it's a sexier time, in my humble 2 cents. You know, and WBE growers, like, I mean, I buy things that have cocoa as a cut to my soils, which I love. I love the breathability. I love the fact that it makes it it doesn't get as compact easily. Drainage works better. There's more breathability. It helps oxygen kind of maintain itself within our root ball there. You know what I'm saying? But growing straight cocoa is a completely different beast. Like, I mean, there's no inherent nutrient value in it. So it's like you basically are day to day, like giving your plant everything of what you want. So in one sense, I applaud the intimacy of how hard that is. But for me, like, I mean, it's just, oh man, it's a little weird, you know. Like, I love my dirts. I like my soils, you know what I'm saying? I'm a dirty boy. I like my dirty growth, you know what I'm saying? But uh the grove bags, I mean, I personally feel that there are bags out there that are a decent curing ability. Grove, there's a bunch of products out there. I've got some of them here. I picked up at Lyft. I've never used them. That's right, ganja nani your mama. I nasty. That's right. But I mean, I prefer glass, right? So if I'm going to cure something, I'm going to cure it in glass, everybody. Like, I mean, I want a glass jar. One of the things I've been toying around with a few different designs actually of something that would be a cheap thing that everyone could buy at home, put it on the store, and I could just I'll probably just 3D print the first one, make sure it works, and then we'll just make a bunch of them. But it's like I don't want to give away my good idea though. Ah, fuck it. It doesn't matter. Freedom of knowledge. So I'm designing this breathable burping mechanism that's a two-way interflux of both introducing new oxygen and air into our jars while releasing gases. You know, obviously it's still advisable occasionally to pull it all out and then put it back in a different mix. You know what I'm saying? But like something that could be like easily integrated into any real glass jar you're going to find anywhere, and then, you know, go from there. Do grow bags dry out quicker when growing? Well, if you're talking about in comparison to a pot, of course they do. I mean, they have more breathability typically on the side, so that's one thing. One thing with using a grow bag or a fabric grow pot, okay, because of the nature of all the runoff that'll come off of those, it's going to hit and crest and go out to the sides, penetrating that root ball and penetrating the middle of that root ball properly and achieving a proper hydration is very tricky. Early on in the channel many moons ago, people were like, well, how do I stop that from happening? And you know, the easiest way that I've always found with when using a grow bag or a fabric grow pot, wrap some fucking saran wrap around it when you water. You know, wrap that bitch up, keep the water in. You know, and then, you know, you can cut it after it's hydrated and let it breathe again if you want to do that. But I still like my buckets. You know, you'll never get me off of loving my buckets. I love growing in 5-gallon buckets. I love growing in my different pots that I've used on the channel over the years too. Fabric bags, just in grow bags and all that shit, just irritate me. And it's just, I'm a curmudgeon and like I'm stuck in my ways. I like my buckets and I like my pots. I like my pots and my pot. But you know, yeah. What's up, Clay Ass? Good to see you, buddy. What's up, Mac Mezzy? Good to see you, my friend. Ryan Oakes is like, I'm using Target bags for pots this grow, free and they breathe good. It's funny because I've seen a lot of those fabric bags from a bunch of different stores, and I'm like, it's basically just a fucking grow pot, isn't it? You know, I mean, to be fair, the one thing I would question is like, where's Target sourcing those bags from? What is it made out of? Is it actually breaking down? Because I know most fabric pots, you know, we pay attention to our sourcing of our fabrics that we're building things out of. And my only thing would be a concern of leaching of weird shit into that. But I mean, other than that, great job, great creativity. I love it. You know, I've had similar thoughts when I've seen some of those bags, and it's kind of funny, you know. Yeah, right, Jansen, dyes and other chemicals and other treatments that would be in the bag. I mean, that's my main concern there in terms of leaching out of doing that. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's still fucking, you know, good creativity. Your mind's in the right place, my friend. WB Grower says, I'm using the AC Infinity 5-gallon fabric bags, and I am digging it. All right. I've never tried out their products, actually. I've never actually tried anything from AC Infinity. I've watched a lot of grows with it by friends who've used it. I'm actually kind of curious to try one of the tents myself right now. I might actually get some of those to fuck around with, see what I think. But never tried the bag. But I'm glad you're digging. I hope it's going well. Yes, Victor, you most certainly do use less nitrogen during flower. The nitrogen requirements, okay, of our plants and flower are very minimal. So when we have elevated levels of nitrogen, when we get a super, super dark green plumage, okay, sometimes we'll have a bit of that hooking happening on our leaves. That's a bad sign. Nitrogen toxicity, okay, can rob our plants of overall yield in the end. So we've got to be careful on the nitrogen intermix. So like if I'm using a 3-part system, right, there's already nitrogen in all the other parts, okay? So I'm dialing in that grow almost to non-existent. Sometimes there's a bit, I fluctuate a bit. I'll play with what I'm seeing with the plant, But remember that, though. Do not need a lot of nitrogen for flower. Hell yeah, Grimity. Bigger roots equal bigger fruits, man. That's true. More roots, more fruits, baby. Oop, there we go. Clickety. Sorry, I'm just reading here, everybody. Just reading everybody. That's one thing I will say about the fabric bags. Being able to wash them after the fact and, like clean them out good, then run through the washing machine and shit, that is attractive. Like, if there's one thing I do hate, it's cleaning my pots after running a grow, because I clean those too. And I sit there and I scrubby dub and I clean everything out and get it going. And it's a pain in the ass, though. I'm not going to lie about you. It's not my world's most favorite thing, What's up, Hubert? Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. But yeah, so long story short, let's tie this around to the new grow that will be starting soon. We're going to be growing Galactic Citrus Shiva to start, but we're going to get some more tents and bring those in as well. And we're going to be using those tents for, one, doing some initial breeding stuff, but at the same time, growing some of these old beans that we then pop in the Popping Old Genetics video. So I'm looking forward to that. WB growers, dry cleaners. Man, really? You rolling up into your dry cleaner with a bunch of like grow bags? Can you wash these, please? Please and thank you. Patrick, what kind of problems are you having this year with your plants, if you don't mind me asking? I have not tried those, Jansen, but I did see them at the Lift Expo. So obviously I went over to the Pro Mix table, because I love Pro Mix. I'm a big fan of Pro Mix when I was at Lift Expo, and I went over there, and that was one of the new products that they were advertising, and it was pretty rad. It was pretty cool to see. So the conceptual idea of just a plug and play bag of dirt from Pro Mix. If there's one company I'm going to trust to make a product like that, it's definitely Pro Mix. So yeah, it's kind of fun. Gotcha. Now your mama, the cost of electricity, I bet. I'm not sure what you mean, gotcha. Now your mama. What is that in reference to, good lady? And I scrolled up here, and it was who was it? No, you don't, Vic Victor, or I don't. And that's to the nitrogen phosphorus question during flower. Bloody hell, I missed this thing. So if someone was like, growth bags are for storage, not for curing. Well, anything that can be used for storage can be used for curing. But for me, long-term storage of any flowered cannabis product again, just like my seeds, it's going to be in glass. Does it take up more space? Yes. Is it more of a pain in the ass to do it? Yes. So I'm not telling you not to use a grow bag or some other form that's easier for you to do at home. But when I have the space, when I have the toys, when I have the time, I'm going to store my cannabis in glass. And let's be fair, my favorite thing in the world these days, especially as I'm getting older, is hash. So I love turning a lot of my flower into hash, aging hash, keeping collections of different types of hash. It's a good time. All right. I'm just scrolling back now. Patrick, the lighting I had my grow lights too close and they started to flower too soon. Well, Patrick, if they're a photo period plant, having them too close wouldn't make them flower too soon. It's a photoperiod plant. But unless you were doing that with autos, remember, light intensity is not going to dictate the flowering window on the auto flowering either. It's going to be based off of its available root space. It's going to send down a tap root. It's going to map out its available area for the root ball medium, within the medium, I mean, and that's what's going to trigger its flowering there. So were you doing photos or autos there, Patrick? Dude, Michael Burton, that sounds fucking dope. Black 13 cross. G13 and Sugar Black Rose. It turned out fire. Here, we'll show that comment there. That sounds very sexy, my friend. Now, what kind of notes are we getting? Is it spicy? Is it tasty? What's up? What's up, JB? Good to see you, my friend. Yeah, flyby, 100%. Rest in peace, Frenchy Cannoli. But the fact of the matter is like, Frenchy Cannoli, I valued your existence. I mean, I was on a journey since I was a kid to recreate some of the hashes I remembered from Europe, like the really good hashes. And I've kind of finally developed this technique that I love doing now. And like the way this hash comes out is just absolute fire. And it's a very, very, very naughty intermix on its finish too. Like it's just, it totally takes me back. It's got modern potency with old school ability, if that makes sense. Kenneth R. Knox. Why did my mom save all the mason jars for, if not for storing my weed? Well, exactly. I mean, obviously, we could make preserves or something, maybe, or some jams. But yes, they're great. I mean, my only problem with the generalized mason jar these days is it's just too bloody small. So for me, like I like to find something I can at least fit 3 or 4 ounces in. I prefer bigger, but I mean, finding big, sexy gesundheit, big, sexy jars is hard to find. Um, but you can get these standard ones. You can go to a dollar store, a Dollar Tree, anything like that around you. You can get these jars that are about this big, and they got the screw top there. Pay a couple bucks for them. They're great. You'll pay for the same jar at like Walmart or something. It'll be like 11 to 16 bucks, depending on where you're at. So go to the dollar stores. It's the same fucking product often, at least in Canada it is. And you can get them anywhere in Canada. Same, just kind of this generic jar that's just everywhere, but they work wonderfully for curing your weed. And the mason jars, it's just I can only fit so much. It's like, okay, so I'm curing my weed half a week at a time. Also, by the way, Grimity said, bless you. She said, oh, thank you. WB growers, update your decarboxylated aerosol video. There are a lot of, what? That's a good point. So WB growers, you're not wrong. There's some old videos I made where either the sound sucked or the video sucked or this or that. Information was still there, but it was just rough. And that's most of what we did on this channel. Started out really rough. That's not a bad idea. Maybe I should revisit some of the older videos and recreate that video in a maybe more modern, digestible sense for the audience at home. I dig it. I dig it. What's up, Roman Reckless, man? Good to see you. Yo, Roman, did your shirt show up or what? Did you get the thing in the mail, Roman? Pretty much everyone else has received their prizes from the giveaway. I just want to check. It's the first time I've seen you in the show since, so. Hello, Miss Case Garden. Good to see you, good lady. Welcome to the show. It has been a hot minute. Good to see you, my friend. For those of you who haven't checked out Miss K's Garden, check out Miss K's Garden's videos on YouTube. She's also a YouTuber releasing videos and grow journals on her stuff and her experiences with growing. Check her out, show her some love, like, subscribe, etc. Oh, good. So it showed up. Awesome. I'm very happy it showed up, Roman. Did it fit? Just waiting to see if it fit, everyone, from Roman Reckless. Hey man, Michael Burton, man, no worries. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the community. Thanks for watching for a while. And yeah, man, the carbonated water is a legitimate trick. It's a weird reality, but it's just it spices up any soil-based grow. Hell, it works for other things too. It's just harder to implement in terms of other systems, but so basically, what are our plans for the channel this week? Dude, super happy, Roman. I was really hoping it would fit and it would be all right. I wore my shirt to the P&E recently, and I get a lot of attention anywhere I go wearing my Pot Squat shirt. People are like, I love that shirt. So, pick up one, everybody. It does definitely creates a stir when you wear it out and about. Hello, Paul Fave. Welcome to the show. Good evening to you and Central Virginia. Tell Virginia I say hello. No, Jansen Dennis. It's just people talking a bit about things. I mean, so I'm sure it's being reported in different parts of the world that like we've got all this shit with COVID. Like we do have a bunch of new variants. That is a thing now. It is happening. Oh, you found it. Thank you. This is the vape thing that I was trying to find, and she found it for me. Thanks, babe. But we're not formally masking up yet. I mean, we'll see what happens. There are 2 new variants, but I mean, let's be fair. Even the new variants, I mean, they're causing mild issues, but I mean, it's nothing's happening here that's that big of a deal. So remember that. So if anyone has any questions about what's happening in terms of actual regulations happening, I'll know first. I work in the service industry. I'm a head bartender, night manager of the golf club. Like I'll know, and we're business as usual for now. Oh, dude, yo, Roman, if you don't mind, you gotta send me a picture of you rocking that shirt, bro. I'd love to see that. What's up, Barry Green? What's crack labbing? Dabs up. Good to see you, my friend. I want to see if, because not everyone sent me pictures of them with their stuff. They did send me messages saying they received it, but it was my hopes that people would send me pictures so we could share that. Oh shit! Fuck yeah, dude. My boy Brian said, because I asked his permission, and he sent me a picture with his hat. So Brian won the hat, everybody, and I signed it and shit because he was like, "Can you sign it?" And I was like, "Oh shit, okay, cool." Like, and so I sent it out to him. And I was like, dude, it was so cool. He sent me this picture of him sitting in his grow tent wearing his Pond Squatch hat. But I didn't want to share the picture without his permission. He's actually emailed me back saying it's totally okay. So I want to show everybody the picture of our bro Brian here. Fucking rocking his Pod Squatch hat in his little grow tent action. Fucking, that's the one. As you can see, I signed it there. It's all signed and shit because he asked for that. So, and also, too, if anyone buys anything from the store, you want me to sign shit, I don't mind at all. I find it very sweet and humbling and just super duper sweet. But always down to sign shit if you want me to stupidly sign something. Let's read here. What's everyone saying? So, I mean, in-house these days, WB Growers, I've been smoking a lot of Pink Kush. I got a new batch of Pink Kush recently off of, shout out to Nolan and Old Tony, some fellow local pond squatches here. Picked up a pound off them, and it's just delectable. It's a classic Pink Kush. It hits a lot of the notes that maybe not the OG Pink Kush from back in the day that like, but maybe like year 8 of its popularity, there became this sort of, because there was the Tom Ford Pink, and there was the Vancouver Island Pink. They were kind of their own things. This one's almost like a mirroring of the two, but it's hitting these notes that I remember from like the really big heyday of Pink Kush being this sort of just proprietary staple of local BC bud, right? And it's so I've been smoking that, and it's been good, man. What, you want an autograph? Oh, I could autograph something for you, the Quiet Witch. I still don't have like a formal pot squatch signature, so typically I just write the pot squatch, and then like I give my actual signature that I do like as a human. Well, Paul Fave, I mean, you can always give us a shout. We can send you some beans down from potsquatchsales.com. Website's down at the moment, but we will have it up later. We're just performing routine maintenance. Not gonna lie to you, I'm frustrated that we ended up doing that on a day where there's a show. I don't like having the website down when we're doing a show, but it's okay. It is what it is. Pink Certs. Never heard of Pink Certs. Pink Kush, though, is a classic staple here in BC. Oh, you don't have to pay. I could send you. I've got some of those original Grandma Betty stickers from back in the day. So if for those of you, oh fuck it, I don't even care. When I was younger, earlier on in the Pond Squatch days, in the very early years of the channel, locally, I made a lot of cannabis candies, and they were going out to people. And so the original logo I came up with, I actually think it was for rosin first, and then I made it a candy thing after, because the candies came after the rosin, I think. But my alter ego was this 74-year-old grandma named Grandma Betty, and she had like gray hair with a pink streak. She drove a pink Cadillac in my imagination. So I created this logo of this, and they exist. I actually think I got some over here in the cupboard here. Let me see if I can find one. It's very simple, but it's what we used. It's part of our history. Let's see if I can find one of these. Just here somewhere. There's one. I'm just throwing random packs of things. Here we go. I found it, everybody. I found one of them. These things go. This is going back many, many, many years. I found one in the cupboard. That's my alter ego. Uncle Pot Squatch is everybody's 74-year-old grandma. And then we slapped these labels on our candy packs. Yeah. It's part of Pot Squatch history, everybody. Yeah, I'll take it. Yeah, because I'll probably need another one. Yeah, thanks, babe. So sweet. She's at the fridge. She's like, "Do you need a beer?" And I was like, "You know what? Probably. Yeah. Thanks." Well, look, it's the mysterious hand that just shows up. Well, we all saw you too. There's a big gap on that side when you walk around, or the other side, but it's okay. She's crawling under the table. I've got the whole table and everything behind me pushed up, so like it's actually impossible to access the other side of the apartment right now with the way I've got this set up. So she's crawling under the table. Oh man. Jansen Dennis, pink Cadillac reminds me of Mary Kay Sales. Well, Grandma Betty would be like, "Fuck that shit. Mary Kay stole that from Grandma Betty, man." You know what I'm saying? Texas Squatch, I'm being a good boy today. Laugh loud if you want, big. Oh, look at Texas knowing that he was a naughty boy in the last live stream. That's very sweet of you, Texas. See, ladies, he's not just a bad, gross dad joke man. And he was just really high. It's not his fault. He was maybe smoking on things he wasn't used to. Pretty good shit, though, eh, Texas? Dude, right? Grandmas, right? Whether they made the candy or they gave you candy. I mean, it was a thing. So that's where, like, when we started the Grandma Betty kind of thing, it was like, Yeah, no, that makes sense. That makes sense. WB growers, congratulations, Podsquatch. Congratulations on what? But thank you. Jansen Dennis, bike jokes. Bike jokes? What's a bike joke? Do you mean a Mike? Oh, wait, I'm not allowed to say his name. It's only the first name. Shut up, Texas. Deal with it. Is the lab open? It will be actually in a couple of days. That's what I've been working on my days off, is like cleaning, organizing, eliminating shit so we can actually fire some shit up and actually get these galactic citrus Shiva beans going. Exactly. Exactly. Well, this thing like barely registers. Look at that. There we go. So anyway, long story short, we're gonna get that all going very, very good. Is the lab open, or Stream Lab? Is that open? I mean, I'd have to do things to do this or that. But no, we're just having fun chatting right now. Oh, Mikey, I have a question for you though. Have you popped any of those beans yet? Oh, no worries, the Quiet Witch, by the way. And also, too, again, just to reiterate, I hope chemo round number 2 goes well for you tomorrow. We will all be thinking of you, I'm sure, the Quiet Witch, tomorrow for the Battle of Cancer, round 2. Ding, ding. Bring it on, bitch. Fuck cancer. You got this, Quiet Witch. I'm reading. Bear with me, everyone. Texas is not pop beans. Oh, fuck, did I call you? Damn it. Sorry about that, Tex. You'll get Ivan to message me. Sounds good. Well, I'm curious to see what they do. So when you do text, if you do, well, I'm sure you will. When you do pop those specific beans, I sent text some rare beans, some odd beans, some weird juju beans. I've kept some of them too, because eventually I will pop them myself and try to make something out of them as well. But I sent a selection of them down to Tex because he was willing to grow them, and they have a sordid history. We won't get into that right now, but like they're an odd thing, but a thing though nonetheless. And that's where I'm curious to see what they do. I think Tex, when you grow those out, you should set up a camera around them, see if any like weird ghosts or some shit come out of those wee titty plants. You know what I'm saying? Because like, yeah. Fuck it. I don't want to leave everyone at home in suspense. Contemplate this. Beans from New Zealand. Grown corpses in a field of dead bodies. Naturally self-selecting and growing themselves over many, many moons. That's supposedly according to the lore on these beans where these came from. And it was weird for me. I have not grown them yet. I will maybe eventually. But Tex was brave enough to try them out. So I sent some of those down to Tex. And I'm curious to see what they do. I'm also glad they are all the way down in Texas and I'm up here when they're being popped. I'm not normally a superstitious man, but occasionally a little bit. Was ist los, Russell Langhammer? Willkommen, mein Freund und mein Bruder. Everyone, Russell Langhammer, big name down in Texas, fighting for the freedom of the weed titty, both in Texas, Germany, and the world about. Marijuana and magic mushrooms have played a huge part. He's been on our show. We did a live stream with Russell. Welcome to the show, my friend. Good to see you. We're just talking about the murder beans, man, as what we call them. And yeah, super spooky beans, 100%, Miss K. Like, they're spooky enough that I have yet to pop down. And but our bro Tex was down to try them out. So Tex is gonna play with some of these fucking beans, man. Like, and then we're gonna wait and see what happens. But I swear, man, Tex, set up a camera, man. See if there's some like weird ghost shit that happens around these plants when they're growing, man. That'd be crazy. Have I broke out the clown face paint? Oh, yeah, right. Dressing up as the Joker. It's been a long time. It's been a long time since I did that, but maybe I should you know, I should maybe do that. Paul Fave, murder beans, I'll pop them. Well, fuck. If everyone wants some of these murder beans, maybe I might just have to fucking do a run where we can put them on the store. Just know that we take no actual responsibility that if weird ghost shit or some fucked up shit happens in your house, if you grow these beans, okay, it's not our responsibility. That's on you. We'll write a little note that comes with each pack of these things or some shit to warn you. But if something weird does happen, hopefully you film it and send it to us so we can talk about it on a show. Yeah, no, what I'm saying, Tex, is maybe I'll make some more too, because it seems like everybody wants some some murder beans, and then they're like, yeah, Miss K's like, I'm gonna need the Ghostbusters on speed dial. I know, I think they're retired now though, sister, man, right? Fuck. Yeah, no, and my shit exists that way as well, the Quiet Witch. Actually, the Quiet Witch has sent me some cool footage from their house, actually. It was interesting. Jansen Dennis, you should gift the train wreck seeds I sent you non-feminized. Well, see, Jansen, I'd rather make some beans out of that. I've got a train wreck cross, and I was thinking what we would do, Jansen, is we take that and we would take, I can't remember, I've got train wreck by, it's either Master Kush or OG Kush. But see, like when you sent those in, I wanted to kind of like make a weird fun cross on those. You know what I'm saying? Dude, Texas, you're not wrong. Everybody, Texas isn't wrong about this shit. Like when I package these beans for Texas, I keep them in my vault. Okay. I keep them away. Like they're like when you see these beans, they have a different color. There is a weird energy or juju to these beans when you pull them out of the vial. And so the beans you have, Mike, went into my palm. I was like, and like when they were sitting in my palm, like I'm very energy sensitive, and I was like, oh man, it is them, like oh fucking son of a bitch. No, 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 no. Then you put them in the vial and send them down. But they're an odd bean. There is a weird juju to them, everybody. I've never met beings quite like them in terms of just this weird energy. Could it be psychosomatic given the story? Potentially, but I actually think there's more to it than that because I'm not that stupid. Yeah, right, Jansen. Well, that's when you said those. I was like, we should make this fuck my other train wreck fucking Kush cross thing. It'd be fun, right? It would be an interesting cross, that's for sure, Paul Fave. See, that's part of the fun of what we're doing is like we're trying to bring back original things of things, but also like crossing old things to other old things or some old things to new things, just making fun regular beans that people can play with at home and have genetic viability, genetic stability, and some cool shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, everyone deserves some good, beans that are affordable to play with. You know what I mean? So Patrick, to clarify, White Widow is Black Widow. Black Widow is White Widow. When Shanti Baba left, okay, he was the inventor of the original White Widow strain. He took it with him. He's made it available via Mr. Nice Guy's seed bank. Check him out. Black Widow is what he called his White Widow when he released it under his own company. Same strain though. Dude, Texas Squatch, you probably will, man. I know you're sensitive to that shit too. So my number one honest to God thing would be this is an old pagan thing. Take an onion, cut it into four corners, put it on your property, let it sit for 24 hours. It'll purify, but you should get some crystals or some weird shit up in there just in case with that, with the crazy potential energies that may come out of those weird beans, but they are something different. That's bloody true. Oh, shit. I'm assuming Mikey's okay with me showing it. Here's Mikey right now. He just sent me a picture. He's wearing his Pot Squatch shirt right there. Look at his eyes. You can sense the new energy of the beans, the weird beans. I feel it too, Mikey. I can feel it from here. You asked to grow him, though, Mike. All right. Okay, so Michael Burton says, excuse me. I've been breeding for a while now. I'm working on some OMG London pound cake cross and a triple scoop gelato cross through a GG4 outside. Can't wait till Croptober. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Michael. That sounds like fun. I mean, the GG4 was a dank, funky thing. I mean, in my mind, it's never been my favorite thing, and given its proclivity to hermaphroditic nature and triggering, I've always been wary about it. But I mean, it sounds like you're crossing it into some fairly stable other parts, so you could probably create something really, really cool. You know what I'm saying? Texas, you know that it always just happens. I'm doing my best, but it's just a singular name. You'll be safe. Don't worry. Paul Fay, Black Widow is the same as the original White Widow, but it's not the original name. The name Black Widow came after White Widow when Shanti Bubba left and created Mr. Nice Seed Bank, and he started doing his own thing after leaving Neville and everybody. Black Widow came after White Widow. Same strain, just the name that is older is White Widow. Black Widow is what she became. It's a nuanced joke to the separation of grow partners and creating your own thing and taking your intellectual property and making it something. Not trying to be a dink. All right. So here's a question, everybody. Like, I'm trying to think. Take a poll who thinks I should be seen up here but not heard today. Mikey really wants to come on the show, I think. He says he's going to be a good boy. You going to be a good boy, Mikey? Because I'll let you come on if you're going to be a good boy. Is your wife there? Almost feel like he'll be a better boy when she's watching. All right. We'll give you a chance there, Mikey. Give me a second. I got to send the link to myself because I know you like to get it through Facebook. So, all right. We're working on it, Mike. Okay. Okay. Well, I'm about to, yo, Tex, are you going to be a good boy? You can come on and say hi to everybody if you want to. Are you swearing at the bracelet you're making? Oh, okay. I thought she was swearing at me, and I'm like, what did I do? Okay. Here comes Tex. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. Tex coming on the show. Let's see if he actually clicks it. So, Tex, if you come on the show, do you have anything going to give us a little tour of? There we go. Come on, big boy. Come join us. It's okay, Tex. Okay, so he hasn't joined the show yet, everybody. We will find out. Will Texas join us? Paul Fave, if you want to send me a picture of your grow, I can show it on the show right now. So if you send it to potsquanch420@gmail.com, I can show you that picture at least through my camera here on this end, like I did with Brian and his hat there. For example, I got a picture from, and I'm assuming I'm welcome to share it. Jason sent us some pictures of what's the next harvest on their end there. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. What's up, Ads Factory? How you doing? Good to see you. Oh, you're backstage. Good. Okay. Whoop. And introducing Texas.
Hello.
This is Couch.
I'm here. Hello. Give me a second.
No.
No, I'm here to be seen and not heard today. I'm being a good boy.
All right. So everyone, is the audio okay if I have the audio turned up a little bit so I can actually hear his ass? Are we good? Say something, Mikey, so they can see if it's working.
I'm sure it's working. I was further away from the phone.
All right. Welcome to the show. So, Mikey, do you have anything going at the moment? I mean, Texas. Fuck. Sorry.
No, I'm about to sit here and get high and just let you look at my pretty face.
There you go. There you go, bud. So, how long ago did you put the murder beans in the fucking water?
Oh, probably about 10, 12, 15 minutes. Ain't been very long. I literally popped them while we were talking.
House in 15 minutes. To be fair, I mean, it's kind of a thing. I mean, I wonder, here's a question, Texas. Do you think if I make more of these beans or you make more, we make more of these beans, we make them available to people in the store. Do you think that a new generation will carry the same juju? I think it will. I think it will.
No, I don't think it will at all. I mean, it'll carry the same genetic, of course, but it's not going to carry the same spiritual aspect unless we let that spiritual aspect take over the area of which it's grown in. But if you keep that area cleansed, then no, I don't think the children of it will carry the genetic because those seeds weren't made on the cursed ground.
No, but I think it'll carry forward, right? Like it might be like a lesser thing, but I mean, it's like I think the curse will carry on through generations, man. I think it will, you know. And I mean, I think there could be some strange.
Are we still here?
Yeah.
Hello.
Hello.
I'll be back.
I don't know if he's being clever trying to build tension about these murder beans or something weird is actually happening in Mike's house. I mean, Texas's house right now. I will say, though, that the story behind these things is true, as far as I'm aware. And I can at least attest that there is a very odd energy to these things. I've never popped one of them. I sent 40% of what I had of them to Texas there. So he's got a good batch of these things. And yeah, I am curious. Next up, the exorcism of murder beans, take 2. Soul price, brilliant. I love it. I love it. Oh, that's good. I don't know. My personal theory is though that like if we breed these things out, it will inherit further weirdness around them. I don't think it's like we make one run of these again, and it just goes away. The history is far too layered and far too many generational things in this genome of what it is to not have that carry through. GEOE Rogers like, I know I missed this story. Yeah, no, it's the murder beans. Without getting too heavy into it, they came from New Zealand. As the story goes, without telling you the full story, these are naturally selected beans that have been self-propagating and producing themselves on this field of a burial of a bunch of dead bodies. And yeah, so they've got some weird juju to them. And maybe it's safe to say that part of the story is that they may not have been the nicest of people whom they fed off of, shall we say. I've had them now for almost 2 years. I haven't popped one yet, but Texas was brave enough to try to pop one. And I was like, all right, I'll send you a bunch of them. Just be aware of what it is. Well, there you go, WB growers. Congratulations on your new tent, my friend. Eugene Dolan says he probably has EIR broadband pure shite. Oh, it could be internet issues. Oh, quite possibly. Well, that's the trick, WB growers too. It's like, you got to start somewhere, and it's all about buying new toys and slowly building up your grows again, right? And getting things going and integrating new toys. And you don't have to have the perfect setup overnight. There's no such thing as the perfect setup. I mean, keep it forever growing, forever evolving, having fun with it. You know what I mean? That's a big thing for it. He still isn't back. I hope everything's okay over there. He's only had these beans in water for like 15 or 20 minutes. I'm going to text him out, y'all. I'm going to be like, you okay, bro? See, I've sent the message to text. You okay, bro? It's like, meanwhile, while the show's going on, Tex is in his house, like fighting a full out poltergeist, like shit that just blew up. Like, he's like getting slammed against the wall, like held down by like some poltergeist action or some shit. Yeah, they're a thing, and we're thinking GEOE. We're gonna propagate a new generation of these things, and if people want to try them, they can play with them. There's been a few people on the show that are like, I want to do these things. Oh, wasn't Ghost. He got a phone call. Well, there goes our fun ghost theory, everybody. It's just a phone call. Just a phone call. Damn. But who knows? They'll start popping over the next 48 hours, so that's where it could probably get funky. Do I think a 4x4 tent needs CO2? Any setup can benefit from a CO2 setup, Miss K. I would say if you're using a tank injection system, do it very safely. Have monitors. Remember that it sinks to the floor, so small animals, children, etc., can be very harmed by that. If you're using an exhale kind of a style system, or one of the rigs that we taught you to build on the channel with yeast, you'll be okay. But yeah, CO2 is going to be beneficial to any grow. So I've been playing around with the old beans I should grow for a video. Oh, I think that means Texas is back. Did the ghosts get you there, fucking Texas? Did the ghosts get you there, bud?
No, asshole neighbor called.
Oh, worse than the ghosts, then, eh?
Yeah. Well, not neighbor, just someone that keeps blowing me off for fishing every time. He's like, yeah, we'll go. No, we don't go.
That, nothing wrong, nothing worse than a flaky motherfucker. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he called, spazzed my phone out, Bluetooth died. So it's like, all right, let me get all this situated. I'll be right back.
Yeah. Show everybody that shirt, Mikey. I mean, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, up next on the Paris fashion shoot walkway, we've got Mikey open carrying with the Pot Squatch Growers Army t-shirt, hashtag weed titties, hashtag Pot Squatch Growers Army, hashtag boom.
Oh, yeah, hashtag boom. Oops. I'm still partially in my uniform. I saw you were live. I stripped off most of my uniform, threw on the shirt and hat. And it's like, let's go. I want to hang out. I'm bored.
This is time. Yo, Texas, how did the rest of your shift go the other night?
I said I was going to be a good boy, bro. I can't talk about it.
Can I tell the story? Because I'll tell it in a good boy way.
Oh, wait, that night.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, we can't tell that one. That's we might have young viewers that can't hear.
I'll tell it mildly.
Make it really mild because that was graphic.
Okay, so basically, the other night I'm at work, right, and I'm in the beer cooler, and then I finish sort of stocking up my restock, so I go out for a dart. So all of a sudden I get a call from Texas, and I'm like, he knows I'm at work. I'm pretty sure he's at work. I'm like, hey, what's up, Texas? He's like, yo. I'm like, I'm at work. He's like, I'm at work too. I was like, oh, that's cool. He's like, well, technically, we're gonna change what he said because he doesn't like me saying his name. So he goes, Texas made a boo-boo.
Oh, that night. Yeah, no, that's not bad. I haven't told you about the other night then. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
No, we can't tell that one on here.
So I go, well, what? You piss your wife off? He goes, no. Let me send you a picture. So he sends me these pictures of these weed leaf chocolates. And I go, did you make a bunch of weed chocolates to eat them before work? He goes, nah, they're shroom chocolates. And I was like, fuck, did you eat a bunch of shroom chocolates before you went to work? And he goes, no, man, I didn't have a coffee grinder. So I used my food processor. And then I opened it and a giant cloud of fucking vaporized magic mushroom hit me in the face. And I go, oh, you doing all right? He goes, well, I took a clonazepam, but I'm tripping balls. And all of a sudden, he breaks out to singing Disney tunes. A whole new world. And here's this big, 6'5", giant Texan motherfucker, head security guard motherfucker working where he's at. And he's just sitting there singing Disney tunes and giggling to himself. I'm like, you gonna be all right there, man? He's like, as long as nobody look me in the eye and I won't start giggling. We'll be like, a whole new world for all. And I'm sitting here going,
that Klonopin never kicked in, bro. That shroom inhaling dude was so strong. It said, screw your Klonopin, bro. You're going for a ride.
Yeah, man. And the fact is, though, like, I didn't think you knew all the verses to that Disney song. Like, I was shocked. I was like, oh, look at you, you big sweet lug, all of a sudden singing Disney High on Magic Mushrooms at work.
It was great. Boy, let me tell you, fucking screwing up and doing that, it puts you in a whole new world. It ain't like eating the mushrooms.
I can only assume. So, did anything fun and exciting happen that night, brother?
No, unfortunately, it was just a long, drawn-out night.
So you just kept singing Disney?
Pretty much. Sung some Frozen, sung some songs from freaking Bambi and Lion King, Aladdin, Snow White. It was fun.
Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good.
Yeah, no, I thought you were talking about what happened a couple nights ago. It's like that definitely can't be spoken of on here. So since I haven't told you, we'll tell you after this.
I was going to say, I don't think I know what you're talking about. So
no, that can't be spoken on here, bro. Let's just say it was a really wild night.
You're not in jail, so that's good.
No. I was a very good boy. I aborted mission, turned around, and pretty much ran.
Now you got me really curious. Like,
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's just. I'll call you after the stream on that one.
Yeah, sounds good, buddy. Here, got a fun comment. Let's read this here. I'm gonna read it to all of us. The other night, I was so high. Ivan said I was talking to a tree that told me I had to go on a quest. They gave me morphine for pain. Laugh out loud. Sounds
That
like they
makes
gave
things
you a
so
lot
fun.
of morphine there, Sarah. That's technically, I mean, Soul Price, I think he should be good. But Soul
Yeah, I
Price,
was just reading it. I can't see the camera no more because I'm reading comments, but no, I'll be
Soul
all right, man.
worried about. I mean, I think Texas smokes way too much for a spore to take life in his lungs. It's basically a toxic environment in his lungs. I don't think a spore can live.
Probably not.
No.
There was also a cat with a cool hat. I had a really good sleep.
To that, hypothetically.
Was it Dr. Seuss there, Quiet Witch?
Very cute.
No, I can't say it on here, WB. Sorry, man. Y'all are just going to have to be left in suspense and use your imagination.
If I learn the story and find a way to retell the story in a way that's safe for the internet, I will.
No. Telling this story in any version will get your account on here or go bye-bye. Let's just say it is more than XXX rated.
I don't even know what that means.
Yeah, bro. We can't talk about it on here. Y'all just use your imaginations and have fun with it.
All right, so we're gonna leave that one alone, everybody.
Please.
Warning.
Danger, Will Robinson. Danger.
Yeah.
Reminding you of Puss in Boots. Your quest was a CAT scan. Sarah, you can join the call with me and Josh later.
You're allowed to know the Quiet Witch.
Yeah, anybody in our messenger call group that I normally do the after calls, it's fine hearing it that way.
Yeah, does that group even still exist though? I think you disintegrated all of that, bud.
I have a couple of groups on here I can hit up and do a video call after.
Okay. No, I'll have one after the show.
Every time I come back to the camera, more comments pop up.
Well, people are engaging. They're talking.
Yeah.
They're
right. You know what curiosity did that cat, Jansen? People misconstrue it. It didn't kill the cat. It just stroked it in a weird way. Done 3 at once. Is that bad?
No.
You done three what?
Be careful, everybody.
Just bear with the Space Cadet. I've done 3 at once. Is that bad? Kenneth, what in the wild world are you talking about?
I believe he means he had a foursome.
No, that ain't bad. That's just a sense of adventure is what we're going to call that.
Yeah, nothing wrong with
that.
that.
Dude, hey, go pin Paul's comment.
Whom?
It won't let me do nothing from here.
This one?
Yes.
Weed timers? I like it. Quiet Witch says, like with the strippers? Kenneth is like, yes. I'm actually showing everyone's messages and making my own conversation.
I'm watching a little blue bar pop across the comments over here.
You're killing me, dude.
I was going to go light one up, and instead I let cancer sticks. Shame on me.
Shame on you, Mikey. Where are the drugs at?
Well, let me finish this cancer stick, and we'll take y'all on a field trip. Let's see if I can figure out how to turn my camera around. Well, let's turn the camera off. Ooh. 2-2 or 2-0? Let's go 2-2, see what that does. And then let's see what 2-0 does.
it's a
There's
puppy.
literally no difference. Okay, well,
It
so now we
zoomed
have
in
camera.
on the second one.
All right, so the heat is not doing well for things. Got a little ATM auto flower trying to take off. Yeah, actually, it got took out. That's a male. Maleys go bye-bye. This one is another ATM, and it is suffering. The Texas heat ain't no joke.
Oh, yeah.
These two plants are the same thing, except this one has been bred with the illegal alien seeds. It has a lot of bleaching issues to it. Seeds are getting close to done, too. So we might be harvesting that. They're both mystery plants. Kind of growing like a Mexican, but it's not Mexican. There's some honking things to them. This is an ROFL, and it's definitely having heat issues. Y'all gonna stay outside, or are you coming in? All right, suit yourselves. You're not going out. Oh shit! Squatch turned off his camera.
No, I
There
just
he
gave
is.
you.
Now he's
Oh,
back.
I gave you a solo thing while you were showing your plans, bro.
Okay. Oh,
And Paul sent some pictures here. So let's pull those up and show everybody.
wrong cord. Another seed plant. That's the K-Town Kush crossed with cheese that I put the illegal alien in.
Oh, there you go.
That's the rest of an ROFL that I've been smoking on, which we're gonna smoke in a minute.
And I'm going to show some of these are some of the pictures from Paul. So there's a close up of one of his wee titties, looking nice and milky on those trikes. Oh, look at these, very nice. Those pistols are pulling in very good. Very nice, Paul. Ooh, I like this picture, Paul. That's sexy. Look at that text.
That is oh so frosty.
Frosty wee titties. Ooh, this is a nice picture too.
Is Russell still in here?
He was earlier.
I know he was earlier. That's why I said, is he still in here?
That I don't know.
Well, Russell, if you are in here, here you go, buddy.
Are we showing some shrooms?
Some light on it. Oh, just the start of the cake. She's almost 100% colonized. As soon as she starts popping pins, we'll put the casing layer on her.
For those of you who don't know, that's an atrium growing magic mushrooms.
Do what?
Oh, people at home may not realize that that's an atrium growing magic mushrooms.
Oh. And then there is the ROFL with illegal alien seeds. We're calling that Booski's Laughter.
There you go.
The K-Town Kush cheese illegal alien is Kiwi Abduction.
That's fun.
Right. And then this box. Time to check this to see how it's doing. Nothing. Oh, nope, we got a little bit. So that's Texas Orange Cat, or Thai Pink Buffalo. Lights out. Yeah, so that's
here, Max.
That's what Texas got going on now.
I'm excited to see these murder things fuck around, man. Dude, Paul, the Black Widow's looking dank as fuck, bro. Jansen Dennis, you most certainly can easily acquire mycelium packs here in Kanaja. I would say don't go with a normal formal company. Talk to me. I could probably get you some shipped out from BC to you there for you, because mycelium is not illegal. Mycelium and selling even mycelium is legal. So I can help you get mycelium easily. We'll talk there. Oh, something happened on Texas's end. There we go. Add to stream. There we go. There, you talk to them, Tex. I got to piss.
Just make it more than twice you're playing with it.
All right. Have fun. I'll be right back.
Oh, geez, you put me on solo. Hi, everybody. Oh, we're definitely going to have to mirror camera. That's my left hand. It's showing my right. I got to turn on chat, comment. Now I can see. Ha ha ha. All right, let's see. Where are we at? GG4. Okay, cool. Through land on Facebook. Yeah, sticky as hell. Thinking 2 weeks away from harvest. Yeah, dude, man, those are looking so frosty and pretty. What everybody else got going on? Miss K's Garden, cool names. Thank you, ma'am. Sir. I don't know. Damn it. I hate these times, friend. Thank you. Hey, Jansen. Y'all know what time it is? Adventure time. So I promised to be a good boy. So I'll be a good boy. I won't say nothing dirty. I'll sit here. Let's turn that down a little bit. So yeah, we're definitely going to have some interesting times with these murder beans.
What are you dabbing there, Mike? I mean, Tex.
That is some so sexy stuff. Rockstar Kush and Bubba Kush Shatter. Paul Fav says ice bath starting next week and bringing the temps down to 70 a day and 65 at night. Hell yeah, if you're gonna try to trigger you some purple in there or what? WB Grower says dabs, yeah. Ganja Nana yo mama, hey yo, Texas hand pink waving face red heart shaped hand. Wow, it actually puts it in words instead of emojis on here. That was confusing. Hi, how you doing, Ganja Nana? Man, that grabbed me by the boo-boo.
Well, you know, that Canadian shit will do it to you.
Yeah, I was going to say, before Mr. Pot Squatch gets back, if anyone's got some questions for me, you better ask them now. I'm not trying to hijack your stream. I just want to sit here and look pretty.
You're allowed to talk to people. I'm not worried about it.
I know. I just want to look pretty today. Okay, I'm not pretty. H. JB says H.
He.
Yeah, my black neon purple, but want more darker purple. That's what's up.
So tell everybody.
Trying to type and cough at the same time.
So tell everybody what that Death Bubba by Rockstar is like.
Well, if you fuck up like I just did and do a hot dab, it's like putting your nut in the bottom and getting on tricked by a mule. But if you don't do it all nice and hot, then it's actually really smooth. It's got a interesting terp profile I can't 100% put my finger on, but it's definitely fantabulous. Hold on. Tex, what do you water with, city or well wash? City. There was a long time where I was going through and using gallons of bottled water, drinking water, distilled water. I didn't see any difference when I didn't have the bottled water that I could get and I had to use the water hose outside. I didn't see any difference. Like tap water down here, at least, really doesn't affect much.
Yeah, like what's your ppm? Have you ever tested your ppm down there?
Yeah, we're riding between 6.9 and 7.3. It just depends on the time of year.
Not that bad at all, actually.
It's not.
I'm like a 20,
Alvin.
27 here. Where's
Okay.
Alvin?
Be too much for me. I won't faint. I mean, that's kind of contradictory of itself. You don't want to faint when you do dabs, Eugene. Eugene Dolan says, dabs would be too much for me. I won't faint. Good. You don't want to faint. You want to do a dab and be hired. And
Hey, man, I will faint. Or I would faint. There we go.
there you go. Now I fixed it. Now I can't give him a hard time. Oh, man.
This is what here, I'll show everybody at home if you want to see this shit here.
You talking about reverse osmosis there, WB Gross?
If everybody wants to see what that Death Bubba Rockstar Kush shatter looks like, I can show you right now.
Oh, yeah. It looked just that sexy when it got here, too. And now all we have left is just this little ball that I'm trying not to destroy before she gets home. Excuse me. Yeah, I had to leave the comments to get another look at it. It's so pretty. I meant faint. Sorry. Wait, hold on. Now I got to back up because you said faint.
And oh, I think I got some hash here I could show everybody too. This is hash I made with Kush.
This is some great stuff.
Oh yeah, huh? I similar packaging. I know. I recognize that.
George. Man, after a day like today, there ain't no stopping this train.
This is proper Hindu built black tar, proper handmade by Pot Squatch. Fucking truth. Made out of Hindu Kush, aged for the better part of 2 years now. This stuff.
Don't you do it. Get in.
Beautiful, everybody at home. It is so. It's just the taste, the smell, the hit, the beauty, the truth. I mean, it's just so good.
What's up, Patrick? Welcome back.
Welcome, mein Freund.
You know what? I just can't help myself. I gotta turn my comments off for a moment so I can see myself. This is gonna look jacked. You guys,
Script, man. Don't take
Do
your
what?
clothes off. Don't take your clothes off, man. Y'all like it's about to
I
look
don't
jacked.
scare everybody.
Don't go stripping, man.
I don't want to scare everybody.
No, exactly. We are a nice, cool, clean people here on this show.
I took my shirt off. People be freaking out thinking they just entered the Twilight Zone. It's the Blob. Hey, get out from under the couch cushion. Stop it. Stop it. I'm going to get that water bottle after you. No, we're for science. For science.
Okay. What are we doing for science?
It's not really for science, but we're doing it.
It's still science, I think. We're conducting an experiment on your brain and your reactions.
Oh, it's not an experiment. I've already done that experiment a few times. I know how the outcome's about to be.
You still got a piece of that hash?
I do have a piece of that hash, but I'm not about to smear that on my Terp Slurper. This is that Rockstar and Bubba.
Yeah, but you should put some of that Hindu on there as a small blurb and do it together on that, son.
I am not putting that sticky ass hash on my Terp Slurper. I will never get that clean.
So greasy, it'll liquefy and be gone, man.
I will never get that Terp Slurper clean. I have a problem with doing hot dabs. I can never let it cool off to the right temp. It's either too cool or too hot. And well, trust me, that's more than enough. Who wants to see Texas lungs?
Okay, let's see what happens. We're conducting experiments, everyone. How whittles a giant Texan fair? 6 foot
Oh,
5.
It's gonna hurt, is what it's gonna do. Like, we know the outcome.
Well, yeah, I know, but it's kind of fun for entertainment purposes.
Like I said, for science. Can we actually get my lungs to jump out this time?
Don't hurt yourself, son.
Is it physically possible for your lungs to go bloop and you stuff them back in? Let's find out. And to be clear, I cannot see the comments going right now because
I can read them right now. So
let's see how painful it actually looks.
Paul 5 says science experiments are good. Laugh my ass off. Patrick says dabs. Miss K's Garden says strippers. WB Grower says cheers, everyone. Highs 5. Have a puff. Gajanana, your mama says cheers. Patrick, the who am I and where am I experiment. I like that. WB Grower says I use an E-coil. It works great. I agree. I've used an E-coil before. It's nice. And Jansen Jan's just saying like, let's do it, bro. And WB Grower's like that cooking dude said, forget it. And Patrick goes, hack, hack, hack. Oh, it's a foreshadowing now for Mikey's soon to be performed on the show.
All right. So as this cools, here's to you, here's to me. Friends and homies will always be. But when that time comes to pass, best be sure I'll hit your glass. Mama.
I believe his sound's gone now. Where'd the sound go? We want to hear your pain.
Okay, well, I'll share my pain with you then.
There you go.
I didn't know if people wanted to hear the sound of a grown man choking on something.
Hey, man, you tested a good product. It's fun. It's science, How does the product test in Texan minds? You poor prick. You all right there, bud? Please don't tell me it's okay about this time. I'm sending powers through the front of my t-shirt and yours. There you go.
Jesus. For science. So yeah, the hypothesis is proved inaccurate from the theory. Theory was if I fucked up hard enough, I could get my lungs to jump out. That is inaccurate.
I'm glad you're not dying. I mean, let's be fair.
No, I just, metaphorically stuff my lungs back in and get my air. I don't know this. It seems stronger than weed with tobacco. No, I don't do the mix.
My theory in terms of a spliff of why sometimes it seems harder. One, you're in a local area where the weed's not quite as strong. But when you have the nicotine in there with the actual nicotine, it's actually extra stimulating kind of your vascular system, right? Your heart's beating faster, the blood. So it's delivering that shit to your system maybe quicker, right? That's the theory on it, right? Like that could maybe be what you feel when you're smoking it with because like my first wife, she hit bongs with tobacco in it. It was gross. She called it poppers. Well, they call it poppers in Canada. What should they call it? She'd call it a shotgun. And to me in Canada, like a shotgun's where you take the joint backwards and you like go like this, like power charge someone. Yeah. Right. But they, in Canada, and like I've heard people call it like doing poppers, you mix the tobacco and the weed and a bong. It's just fucking gross in my mind. Like, I mean, I smoke for now, but I mean, like to quit again. But I don't like. Occasionally, I'll smoke a spliff, but like hitting that in a bong, going, oh yeah, weed, titties, and tobacco in a bong, and then I'm gonna dome that shit. That, oh yeah, no, that's an oh no. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
I'm not a big fan of the mix. Like, I don't care if it's in a bong, pipe, paper. I'm not a fan of the mix. I don't like the taste. Now, yes,
Yeah.
it does give you a different rush. But while we're on the note of tobacco and bongs, my buddy pulled a genius one the other day. Didn't want to turn on the shop light because we were watching a movie. He's like, oh, let me load a bong. Reached into his Ziploc bag and grabbed some of his pipe tobacco out of there for his rolling cigarettes and stuffed it in there. Didn't even think about it. Here you go, man. I will never hit a bong of his again.
That's pretty gross, man. And I'm sure
Straight tobacco from a bong is brutal. Oh, I don't trust his bongs no more, man. This is the same neighbor that was high enough off of your shatter that he pulled the stem of a banger.
That was dumb. I was worried about him. I was like, is his hand gonna be like hurt now? Like, I'm worried about
He's
this.
all right. He had blisters on his fingers for a couple days. They went away.
All right. Because like I remember that in that show. That was the show that in the end got me a little frustrated. But I mean, like before the frustration happened, that happened. And I was just like, oh no. That poor fuck. Are you all right, bud? Oh shit.
He just wasn't used
blowback.
to
Yeah, I know that term too. Blowback. I remember that from when I was smoking weed in the UK at 16. Mostly hash, to be honest with you, back then.
So, for everybody at home here, Pot Squatch, why don't you give us all a rundown of this again?
Well,
Like, when is the best time to use it, and what its purpose is exactly?
Well, so basically, it's an inoculant of Microzide. So that was actually I picked up a bunch of those at the Lift Expo. Okay, what's the name of the company, Mike? Read the name of the company off of it.
Extreme Gardening.
Extreme Gardening. Yeah, I talked to them when I was at the Lift Expo. Extreme Gardening boys, proper. They reminded me of myself. Like this Canadian / American company. They love weed. They love plants. They grow shit, right? So it's basically introducing a secondary beneficial fungal network in around our root ball, right? So basically, imagine your brain, right? Your neural pathways in your brain, right? That's your root ball. What if we could inject a fungal reality to that, where all of a sudden we've got all this beneficial action that's basically doubling or tripling our actual neural pathway network? It's the same for the roots. So it works as a secondary system building off of the root ball, maximizing our natural area within, especially if we're growing inside, using, pots and stuff. Another great product that's a very similar premise in terms of what we're working with, White Shark. Check out that Instagram. You see some crazy root development. So it's basically introducing a secondary coexisting, almost symbiotic, shall we say, relationship to our root balls. Okay, so I had a bunch of these, everyone. So when I was sending Mike his shirt and shit, I was like, I'm going to throw one of these in there for Mike to try fucking around with, because it'll help that shit get sexy,
And what's the earliest we should use this in the growing cycle?
To be fair, I would actually, I would take, because it feels like there's little pebbles in it. I haven't even opened one yet. I'm just talking hypothetically, my brain's understanding of things. I'd probably take some of that. I'd break it up a little bit, just gently, and I mix it with my soil at my first transplant. I'd probably do that.
So you wouldn't start a seed in it. You'd wait till you were doing your first transplant.
Yeah, but you can cut your seed soil, but I don't start my seeds in dirt or even a thing. Like, I like to germinate first. I'll do it in a small cup. I would have a Microzide inoculant on a small level on the intermix on a small cup. Yeah, I do that. Yeah, it's not a bad thing, right?
So pretty much, if you did it properly, you could use this any life stage of your plant.
Oh fuck yeah! It's the whole point of it. It's a beneficial fucking thing. It makes your plant happy. It's like, do you want your plant lonely? Well, you want its bottom half to feel happy. That's where As the good times roll, more roots, more fruits. Secondary system, building out your roots bigger. It's going to make your plant happier, and everything's going to be happy.
Oh yeah,
as long as you don't fuck everything else up. Like
right. There's your big if, right?
yeah, that's what fucking around and learn is for, right?
Can everybody see, or do I need to cancel out of my view so y'all can?
We can see you right now.
Okay.
I see your feet. I see a TV. Oh, it's the murder beans.
Dude, just walking over here, it makes me feel all shaky. It's interesting.
Fuck. There they are, everybody. Here, 1 second. I'm gonna make it like a solo layout. Keep zooming in on them.
Okay, hold on. Let me mirror my camera back the other way so I can stabilize. Matter of fact, we'll do it like this.
There they are, everyone. See you later, Miss Gay.
That is them. And you'll notice we did 5 of them.
Yeah. Scary shit, bro. Scary shit, bro.
It's fun.
I'm curious to see what
I
they
enjoy
do.
it.
Oh, yeah.
I've been dealing with interesting stuff like that since I was 4.
No, hell yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how it ends up for you, man. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like, I'm see.
Hey, get off the cord. Stop it. Nope, stop it.
Seconds here. Oh, you're fighting your animals, I see.
Yes, the cat decided she wanted to play with the charging cord. Come here, you little hellion. Ugh. Oh, screen's mirrored again. Let's flip this because you look psycho on that side. No, that's not your good. Come here. I know it's not your good angle. Come here. Here.
What does the large Texan man do after a dab? Look at my tiny little kitty. Oh, no, that's the wrong angle. You don't look pretty from this angle. Let me change it. Let me change it.
Yes, that is your Uncle Pot Splash.
What's up, kitty? But man,
See-
yo, I'll be honest with you. Like, I'm getting to a point where I gotta wrap this up. So, like, what is the last thing you want to leave with the people out there, Texas? What is your message for the people at home after doing those dabs? Talk to us with your dad.
He said, I want a stone thought from Texas. Great.
Yeah.
Maybe on the spot. I was just saying, see this, look, people, whenever you come into something and expect it to go one way, it's not going to go that way. There's my message to you. Don't ever expect some shit because it's going to go south. I expect you to come in and look pretty today. Not here. Hey, y'all heard a lot from me.
That's
This man's fault.
Show us the kitty. You poked. You got to point the other way. See, I'm pointing at you, but you pointed this way.
Well, see, it shows that I'm pointing at you, so I guess our screens are switched.
Well, that would make sense. Hello, kitty. All right, everyone. Thank you for tuning into a good show. It's been fun. Website will be up again shortly. We're just performing routine maintenance. And my friends, my family, thank you for tuning in. It's been fun. We're getting the household put back together so we can actually start doing growing things again and doing all that jazz. It's going to be a good time. And I'm excited. So I hope you're excited. And we'll see you soon. And remember, the true grower is the forever student. The true grower is not afraid to take risks. The true grower makes educated, stupid decisions. Keep an open mind, but remember what you know. Love each other, compassion. You never know what someone's going through. Don't be a dick fuck. Be a dipshit. No, maybe just be a caring asshole, and it might all work out at the end. Stand together, for divided we fall. Love ya. Have to get along or even know each other's fucking own truths. We can have different opinions, different thoughts. We can stand together and give them hell. All right. This is Uncle Pot Squatch tuning out. I love each and every one of you. And have a good time and word to your fucking mother. Here's looking at you.